Hello, guys. So, my name is Katie Parent. I am a trauma informed holistic healer. I am a somatic healer, a Reiki master, a psychic medium, and a healing and life transformation coach. Formerly, I practiced as a psychotherapist for many years and recently have found such a love and home for more of holistic healing. And what makes my focus really special is that I'm trauma informed and also spiritual focused. Today, we are going to dive into somatic healing because I feel like there's a lot of focus on mindset. There's a lot of focus on spiritual growth. There's a lot of focus on wellness as a whole, our nutrition, movement of our body. But I want to really put focus on that somatic healing work, which is using your body as a tool to really help you on your healing journey. The body holds what the mind can't. As we move through our life, our body becomes like a memory bank for our stress and our traumatic experiences. Our body is also wired to help us survive and get through life's greatest challenges. And so our body can often hinder us from feeling good and getting to our highest potential. And it can also be our greatest asset and tool on our healing journey. So, today we're going to dive into how to create more somatic experiences in our life through somatic healing work and what that is, how we do that, how it's extremely beneficial to our lives. And as a former psychotherapist and now a holistic healer, I really pride myself on utilizing all aspects of who we are to heal, and more people in this world need to use somatic healing, in their modalities. There is nothing wrong with focusing on your mindset. There is nothing wrong with solely focusing on your faith. We have to use all three, and really learning about somatic healing can change your life. As a holistic healer, I am looking at creating a harmonious relationship with your mind, your body, your soul, your emotions, your energy, and helping you to understand the root cause of what you're going through and using all three plus aspects of who we are, right? Because we have our chakra system, we have our energy, we have our emotions, but we're more than just a mind, body, spirit. But we can use our mind, body, spirit to help us heal and grow. So, I'm going to teach you today how to do that. I truly believe that in order to heal, we have to create a harmonious relationship with all those aspects of ourselves. And in my book called Safety at the Roots, I go over this extensively. So, if you want a tool as a foundation on your healing journey, definitely check out my book. It's called Safety at the Roots. Some of the ways that I love to guide clients on their somatic healing journey is through breath work, EFT tapping, which I am a certified practitioner, and meditation technique, grounding techniques, moving our body, and really putting a focus on our own unique journey to embodiment, getting into our body, feeling safe in our body through moving our body in a way that feels really authentic to ourselves. So, for instance, like if you love to dance, dancing. If you love to do cardio or weightlifting or walking in nature or hiking or yoga, Pilates, any type of like really athletic sport, it's really connecting with that aspect of who we are and then utilizing the systems in our body to help. So, for instance, like when we are breathing, we are also regulating our nervous system. And I talk about this in my book about really regulating and resetting our nervous system and activating the parasympathetic nervous system. So, breathing, stretching our body is really helpful to get into our rest and digest state. So, I'm going to go over all of this today. So, talking about the sympathetic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, how to activate um, the rest and digest aspect of our nervous system to create those somatic experiences, What is a somatic experience? How do we use our body as a tool? And how is this going to be super helpful for you? I don't want this to be a boring video where you're like, scroll, scroll, scroll. I want to give you the most amazing content possible for this. So I'm going to dive in brief sections. But if you want to dive deeper and you want to learn more, definitely pick up my book, Safety at the Roots. So I'm going to break it down to you guys really simple in the way of like, we experience our emotions in our body. We have our thoughts in our mind, we experience our emotions in our body. To have that full body awareness is so important on our healing journey. When we are processing something in the moment, we might not even be able to cognitively have that full body awareness, but we can once we understand how powerful and intelligent our body is. Our emotions are messengers. So every time that emotional experience comes up, we're feeling it in our body, we can use our body as a tool. Breath work, EFT tapping, shaking our body, moving our body, going for a walk, even cold water temperature on the body helps to put our body into a different state of awareness. When we enhance our mindfulness practices, we can be really mindful of when we are feeling sensations in our body, when we aren't feeling safe in our body, when we understand that our nervous system is activated, our our sympathetic nervous system has a very important job. It is to put us into a place of protection. It's a messenger system. So it sends that message to us to have a stress response, to respond to some sort of stressor, traumatic experience in our life. It is there to guide us and protect us. So oftentimes that mindfulness practice can give us that awareness and we can say, do I have a real threat or is this a false perceived threat? And now I get to guide my body in a way that's best for my perception. How often do you experience negative symptoms in your body that is telling you something? For instance, like you can't sleep, having insomnia, physical pain in the body. This is your body and the intelligence of your body, this vessel that's carrying your soul throughout this life experience, this human experience, is sending you all these signs and symptoms to tell you that there is something underlying and deeper. So, I actually have incredible podcasts on my podcast, Strengthen the Soul podcast, that I have some guest experts on there. We're talking about the mind body connection, healing with your body, all those things. It's really, really powerful to understand the healing capacity of our body. And so, how do we feel more embodied, which is really connected to our essence, our truth, and cultivating a sense of power in that mind body connection? And how do we get more embodied? We increase our mindfulness, we listen to our body, and we use somatic healing techniques to fully immerse ourselves in that embodiment. Embodiment is truly stepping into ourselves and understanding ourselves on such a deep level and really tuning out our thinking mind and our ego. Our ego is another system in ourselves that attempts to protect ourselves. So, when we are in true full bodied awareness, full embodiment, we are really listening to our body. We are feeling the things, the sensations in our body. We're tuning in to like how we're feeling in our body, where we feel things in our body. And as we're moving through our life, how things show up in our body. So, for instance, think about when you're nervous. Where do you feel that in your body? In your chest, in your gut, maybe even your whole body. And so it's really leaning into those sensations and those feelings and listening to them in a way that you are healing. This is why somatic healing is so incredible for trauma recovery, because as we move through our life, we really notice that things keep coming up and up and up. It's like these repeated cycles and patterns for us to heal because our body held on to that throughout our journey. And so when we use our body as a tool, we can reprogram our body to almost have like a clean slate and fully release what no longer serves us. So I will be creating other separate videos for you to find out more specifically about different somatic healing practices on how those can specifically treat you and help you. So we'll dive into EFT tapping separately, moving our body separately in a, movement capacity, stretching, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, sleep hygiene. We'll get into all of those separate entities of healing with our body. Um, Breath work, especially. I love to guide people into breath work, especially during my meditations that I guide people in. It's incredible. You will often see a lot of people who engage in somatic healing work get very emotional and exhausted, and that's because we often get stuck in our body in those feeling sensations and the mind body connection. I want you to think about your thoughts create your feelings and your feelings create your experiences, but the mind and the body work very closely together. um the th- our core thoughts are the foundation, but oftentimes as we move through our life, the way that our body feels will create negative thoughts out of those feelings. So when we really work with the mind body connection, we can create such incredible healing with ourselves. But when we are actively, moving our body, we'll work on releasing and shedding and activating those parts of us that we've stuffed down. So even sometimes by stretching, you'll notice some emotion come up. And the most important thing that you can do is allow that emotion to flow, allow that emotion to release. Emotions get trapped for many different reasons. Oftentimes, it's because when we are experiencing a stressor or a traumatic event, we don't have the capacity to experience it in our mind and we stuff it down. Sometimes the sensations that we feel in our body are way too intense and we ignore it and we avoid it. And that lack of processing can lead to pain and suffering and physical manifestations of pain. So you'll see a lot of pain in the body, a lot of diseases, a lot of, again, like I said, even a psychosomatic experience. So I want you guys to just take this video as a foundation on your healing journey because we're going to get into more specific things moving forward. This is an introductory to somatic healing, using your body as a tool, and also how I am going to help you in this YouTube channel and also in the other avenues of my teachings. I have a healing membership through two different platforms. I have a podcast. I teach a lot on my Instagram, all social media platforms. We have a Facebook group, so I will link everything in the comment section for you so that you can find me on all these different avenues. And everything that I do encompasses treating you as the whole person, as a holistic healer. We focus on mind, body, soul. So all these videos will be targeted around all these different aspects of life. So this is a foundational video to somatic healing, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, comment any questions that you have, and stay tuned for more specific videos on how to use your body as a tool.